To all the doubters, to those who don't believe, this is the hour. You'll see, they will make light as
E rau rangatira mā, kei aku rangatira, nau mai ho tēnei o ngā whakataetai, tēnei huinga a te Māori. Kei rotorua I tēnei wā, this is the Bunnings Māori Touch Nationals 2023, and we're really getting down to it. We have reached ko te whiringa tōmo ngā Māori kuranga Wāhine, and we have Tainui Open Women's taking on Mātātua and Tiv. This one's going to be another cracker.
Yeah, well, if their last game was anything to go by, these two teams, they're very, very traditional rivals, I would say. Tainui, obviously based out of the Waikato region, and Mātātua, a lot of their players based in South Auckland as well. So on the national scene, they've been going at each other for probably the last decade plus, and this is just an extension of that rivalry there, Hicks.
Yeah, just looking at our team list, we've got a good mixture of experience and the young, I guess, players of the future coming through. I just see young Amani Shepherd, who was at Hamilton Girls not long ago, and then we have Morgan there, Merenok, that have been around a long time and passing on their expertise. Yeah,
and the thing I love about this Tainui team is that they do have that real good blend. They've got the experienced heads in there through the likes of Morgan Morrow, Merenok, Holly Graham, who isn't playing this game. I see she's on the sideline, but you've got the old heads, and then you do have the younger crop coming through, Ariona, Yeremia, Mani Shepherd, as you mentioned, Arorangi Tauranga as well. So they've got a really good mix, and then it's the exact same with Mātātua, although a little bit lighter on experience, I would say. They'll probably rely a lot on Jean Marsh in terms of that experience, but their players, they've got game breakers all over the field as well. Mererangi Paul was one standout, Te Aomihi Paul as well, and young Shani Valila as well. So it's going to be a cracker of a match, I think, Hiccup.
Yeah, and I think, having the likes of Holly on the sideline, and although not playing this game, just a wealth of experience and a very highly sought after coach in touch and moving into our different codes. But I just see we've got Arita Modi Oho Paiko. Some of these players also have come back from Fiji, haven't they?
Yeah, well, quite a few of them actually. There was the free flow side that came from Hamilton, based mostly in Hamilton. They have quite a few players in this Tainui side, and then Mātātua, a couple of them did play for Bullets as well. So I was really impressed with the likes of Kairirangi Edmonds Langaheto. She was pretty good for Bullets, and they were down on troops. So with an improvement in terms of player roster, player numbers for this tournament, Mātātua look for them to really come out strong in this final.
And I just see the three referees. We have Kali Rua, also Ben Matthews, he's back on the number one field, and Tanisha Gill. And not only do the players get to experience the Fiji experience, so do the refs.
Yeah, definitely. Tanisha Gill, she was probably one of the top referees across the tournament at Fijian Cup, so that's a really good starting point to build into the touch season coming into 2023-2024.
And I just see we've got Mererangi Paul come through. Obviously he's in the Black Ferns, and how awesome. We've always seen our All Blacks, Māori All Blacks, and different international players come back and play at these tournaments. It's awesome, isn't it, Tiff?
Definitely, and I think we saw on the live stream yesterday the likes of Te Toiroa, Tahuri Orangi, just players that have played even over the years, Nehemona Skara, or Tere Black, just to name a couple. But it's awesome to see, and it really does show. It starts with touch, and our players that do move on to other codes, they do love giving back, so it's awesome to see.
Yeah, especially for the young ones that know who these people are. So awesome, and even better seeing them go back. She's a very proud Mātātua girl there, Mererangi, and I was just watching her younger sister Wāhine on the sevens last night, so another very, very talented whānau. And just a big shout out, those that may not know, we've got a lot of people giving their time up to help select through this Māori Nationals, and if you're not into selecting, it may look a boring job, but it's a lot of time put into it, so a big mihi to all those kai whiri that are helping out to select, and you never know, we may have some more players join our Māori All-Stars in Townsville next year for the All-Stars clash against the First Nation over there. But back to Rotorua. This is about to go down in Rotorua, the geothermal capital of the world, as they say. And I see we've got tapping off there, but Mātātua left to right in the black and white colours, and Tainui in the colourful colours here. So touch 3, Mererangi's going to go in the half. Jean's out there, so there's something cooking. Yeah, a little 33 peel, skip ball to Jean, coming through. There's Kairirangi, there goes Jean Marsh. Just trying to find something there. Yeah, nice defence from Tainui. Yeah, probably just lost their way on the tip-off.
Yeah, well, they ran that 33 peel. As we see Paul, they'll end the set here. Have they scored there? Well, that was a little bit of enterprising play on the fifth and final. In the first set, there was nothing really doing. And Mererangi Paul just skipped across field, threw the ball out to the left-hand side. And I think it was a little bit of a tips play. But they tried to strike with that 33 peel, and then the second man on the left-hand side, as you see on the KBS replay. Mererangi Paul just pulling the strings, and it was a bit of a static one as well, wasn't it, Hicks, on the fifth and final? And sometimes those are the hard ones to defend, and then Paul shows it on the inside, throws it out on the left-hand side, the tap on from Jean Marsh out to the wing, and Mātātua will go over first in this one.
Yeah. I guess we've got to stay alive out there. And I just seen a young name there. We'll get to Mātātua soon, but here we go. There's Morgan on the ball, just trying to manipulate that defender. Just coming through, Karina, ball in two hands. Yeah, that's a nice touch. Number 4 there, Shani. She's just moved back from Australia. She come through the Aussie youth program, and she's part of our Māori All-Stars. Awesome to see her running around back here, and done a lot of her upbringing in terms of touch over there on the Gold Coast. So there's a good sprinkle of talent here. But once again, we talk about it every game. Here comes Te Aomihi Paul, just checking there. Good ball movement. One more touch, and man, they move the ball really well, don't they, Tim?
Yeah, they do, especially through this orange zone. And it's not really traditional. As you see, a 32 peel there. Ball goes to ground. It isn't really traditional to move that ball back and forth between the two 10-metre lines. A lot of teams do tend to go straight up the guts. But Mātātua looking to spread the ball a little bit, which can be a little bit tough in these conditions.
Yeah, that's a nice carry there. Good ball movement. Just really check. Coming through the field, Tiny. This is a good set for them. It goes Warby. Checking off, looks like coming over to that far side ruck. Hawkeye there. Yeah, Warby. Checking it back again. 32 platform. Just right foot little skip pass. Short side over the top. Yeah, good ball movement, even better defence.
Yeah, even better defence, and she stayed true on her wing. Didn't get sucked in there, and Mātātua able to defend that play. They've had a few good defensive sets to start this match. So these two teams did meet earlier in the tournament. There were probably about 5 or 6 teams in the women's grade. There were no semi-finals, so it's a straight 1 and 2. And when they did meet earlier on, it was Tainui that got the chocolates in that one, 7-5. So we'll see if Mātātua can reclaim that and win back-to-back titles.
Yeah, and there's Kimaratia just returned back from Urapi. Here comes Warby. It's a real good mid knock at half. Coming through again. Oh, just a slight error. And once again, this could be the difference between these two teams. Good field position with a full set of 6.
Yeah, well, we've talked about the conditions all day. It is a little bit drizzly here in Rotorua, which makes the ground a little bit slippery underfoot. So whichever team can control the ball, they'll probably be in the better position to come out on top at the end of this final.
Nice, and there goes the young Iremea stepping up to make that touch for Tainui. Coming up again, there's Ariona. Touchbacks open mixed, coming through. Here's her younger sister. Here you go, Charlie. She's got good feet through the... Yeah, nice. Man that quite well, didn't she, Amani?
Yeah, that was great defence. She didn't get sucked in again by the dummy and the footwork. And that's probably what you'd expect from a Touch Blacks representative. As Tainui just crossing over halfway. That's some great purpose in this drive. Great drive there. And they'll look to strike on the back end of the set. Let's see what they can come up with. Tainui, there's the scoop. Goes off the right foot. The link shuts. And just not quite getting the numbers onto the field. Merenok was a little bit late arriving, but there was promising signs there from Tainui.
Yeah, and Kaya Kepa, she's looking real handy there for Tainui. Coming through, good tall athlete. That's a nice lift. Yeah, good ball movement. Try to really pressure them in as they were trying to exit their Tainui, which tells us they've got a nice fly defence policy when they need to use it, and they've managed to stop the momentum. Here comes Taumahi Paul, coming through as part of the Māori All-Stars, a winger. There's Kylie there. There goes Rauwhero. Yeah, probably lost their way at the back end of the set there, Tiff.
Yeah, definitely lost their way, and I think the orange zone as well. We have touched on it earlier, Hicks. If you can win the orange zone, it goes a long way to you winning the game, and the team who dominates usually are the ones that come out on top. So Tainui definitely winning that battle at the moment, as we see wild ball coming onto the field. Merenok into dummy half. Very experienced is Merenok. Here's Yeremia to Wardby. Passes on. And the scoop comes. They're looking for that trail line, but getting in that lane was Rahira Rauwhero. She gets a hand to a repeat set for Tainui.
And been quite impressed actually with just the defensive shape of Mātātua. That's in a real strong point. We have Te Aomahi. She's going to stay out there. They work really hard to push her over. And they try and isolate this. That's a good touch without a dummy half there. Kylie, she's been around a long time. Also spent some time over there on the Gold Coast. Kylie Hahipene. Another good touch there, just coming through, short pill. Yeah, good work. Rahira Rauwhero gets up into that lane. This is good. Just trying to manipulate the defence again. There's Ariona. They've got a little sweep play. Just going to go through, scoop through, ball in two hands. Just trying to find an open attacker. Gets the ball down. Yeah, good work and real good patience there.
Yeah, they built that really nicely, didn't they? And Ariona Yeremia, she did well to scoop through there, but I think what I was a little bit more impressed with was the way that wild ball lost to Mura. If you see on the KBS replay in the bottom right hand of your screen, she does get held back a little bit when the scoop goes through. Number 14 for Tainui. You can see there, but it didn't matter in the end as she was able to reach high, juggle it in her fingertips and touch down to grab Tainui's first of the match.
Yeah, and here we get all tied up now. And there's Marsh coming in there. Looks like a Lagaheto's out there on the field coming over to Mirarangi Paul. She's going to pick just a little inside play here. Yeah, unfortunate there, but something was cooking.
Yeah, something definitely cooking, especially when those three are around the ball. Like I said, Kairirangi Edmonds Langaheto, she was really good over at the Fijian Cup a couple of weeks ago for Bullets, and Tainui coming off their line managed to pull another penalty. And discipline, as we saw in the Open Mix final, that's going to play a really big part in this one. Ooh, lucky to escape with that, I think. Mātātua, Mirirangi Paul did get a hand to that, and Karena dropped the ball as a result. Referee didn't see it though, so Mātātua will get the ball, and they're in good real estate here. 10 metres inside enemy territory as they roll the subs onto the field.
Yeah, coming through, got Brown on the ball. Just trying to get that right platform there. Looks like Maui, he's got a bit of speed there. Yeah, just trying to get that good ball movement. Maui's on the ball, little short side quickie. Yeah, just a bit short. Yeah, lost their way there, Shani.
Yeah, and I think the lines as well, Hicks, we have mentioned it as well a couple of games earlier. We are running with the black lines today, whānau. So if you are watching from home, try not to take note of the white or the dark blue lines. As we know here at Rotorua International Stadium, a plethora of other sports that go on, but we're going with the black lines here. So Shani Valila just a little bit short of the line on that dive. Although Mātātua do get the ball deep into Tainui half.
You know, I was thinking of a word for that shot, and I think it's called the magic manu. We'll call that drone
magic
shot.
Manu.
The magic manu shot. That's a wicked shot. There's nothing that goes Taumahi. Oh yeah, unfortunate, just the 1%ers. Warby, man, she's been adding energy. Touch 1 and 2. There goes Kaya, Ariona. They've got really good rhythm out of the box. They find that 50 nice and clean. Here goes younger Yeremia on the ball. Amani just trying to go short side. Oh, look at the speed coming off. Trying to find. Oh, what a finish.
That was a beautiful try, wasn't it, Hicks? They worked there right from their own 7-metre line, just rolled down the field, and they won the orange zone throughout the set. And when you can do that, you get the rewards at the end of the set, as we see on the KBS replay. Amani Shepherd, she really came out of half, didn't she? There was a great drive there from Elena Yeremia. And then Shepherd just got on the outside there of Hahipene looked for the extra player, and Trinity Crosby goes over for Tainui to take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, nice work from Elaine. And what I liked was they weren't coming back to that latch platform. They went right to that 50A. So a nice change up, and no doubt with Holly Graham in the sub box just slowly starting to send messages out. But here we go, back at it. Matatua on the ball. It looks like Imogen going through, trying to find a player.
Yeah, it looked a little bit too easy in the end there, didn't it, for Matatua? They went out to the left-hand side, stepped off the left, came back. You could hear the cries from the Tainui defender to shut. No shut came. They sliced through, popped the ball over the top. And Brooke Simpkins out on the right-hand side, as you see on the replay there. There was Edmonds Langaheto. That was Imogen that time, popping the ball over the top and drawing Matatua level. It's 2 apiece, 10 minutes gone. Nothing in this one either, Hicks.
Yeah, and this is what finals is all about. They're the top 2 teams. And you know there's nothing in it. They play a lot of touch against each other, but once again, oh yeah, nice work.
Yeah, you could see her hovering in and around the back of that ruck, Mania Wardby, and she came around on the sweep, just jinked off the left foot. And it was pretty simple in the end for Tainui. They take a 3-2 lead. There's just under 5 minutes left, as you see on the replay. She was always hovering, always looking threatening around the back of that ruck. Great deception at the roll ball.
Yeah, it probably got the better low game of the Wardbees just quietly. So yeah, well done, Mania. Way to finish. Definitely brought the energy. Here we go, back at it. Matatua trailing Tainui 2-3. There's Rauwhero. And at the ruck, we've got Te Aomahi standing at right link. And number 6 there, we've got Kylie Hahipene. Really experienced. Oh, nice short bill. Oh, good honesty.
Jeez, what about the way Te Aomahi Paul just held that ball up? It was right to the last second. She came down the lane on a 33 peel. She's happy about it too. And she just held, waited till the very last second, threw the short ball. And by that point, they were already in behind the Tainui defense, as we see on the replay. And it was great honesty there from Tainui as well to say, no, I missed her. And Ben Matthews made the call.
Yeah, definitely exposed that disconnection there. But here we go. You tried. There's that play. I think it's really come out, hasn't it? The dummy sweep or the dummy dingo.
Yeah, definitely. And I think teams will probably get a little bit more purchase if they actually hit the 33 peel just to begin the game, and then look later on to feed that quickie. As we see a scoop out of half, loss of footing in the middle, and she probably would want that one back there. Kaya Kepa, she held the ball and probably passed a little bit prematurely. She was through the gap.
Man, and just a big shout out to Minirangi Paul. She released, made the touch, grabbed the ball straight away.
Been undone through. That's a relatively poor error from Matatua at this stage of the half. Couple minutes left as we're looking down the left-hand side. She gets multiple players up high at the touch, and when she gets 2 there, she can really expose her low game. So she's very experienced there. Morgan Morrow did a lot of it at the Fijian Cup for free flow, and I think she'll do a lot more of it come this final.
Yeah, a lot of players that have played at a high level coming through this tier, just using their speed. Yeah, just opening up that Matatua defence. Back to Warby. He had a real solid game there, Warby. Wild Boy there goes, oh yeah, there's that play. No. Yeah, probably just that plays a bit of a speed play, isn't it? Done at speed. Yeah,
definitely, and I think a lot of players, the main attackers have to be on the ball and they have to be on the same page, because if you're not, it doesn't really promote the defense that you want. As you see, a strong touch from Matatua. Warby picks from half, tries to throw in behind. And that is a recount. I think it ended up being intercepted. So Matatua again. Yeah, geez, I'll tell you what, that's 2 sets in a row coming out of their half that they've come up with a real schoolboy error. And Tainui, they've had the better of the possession as well as field position the end of this half as Shepherd gets the quickie. That's her bread and butter. An important touch was made out wide by Brooke Simpkins. She came in off her wing. High risk, high reward play there defensively, but she's come up with the high reward.
And man, that stopper right there, that could prove costly, a play like that. Amani, through the
beautiful
hands.
ball.
Yeah, beautiful. And Merenok touches down in the corner there.
Yeah, well, Merenok, she's an experienced campaigner. She's had the selflessness to pop herself out on the wing and give the younger girls a little bit more of an opportunity in the middle, and it's come up money there, as we see on the KBS replay. The ball goes to the middle. Amani Shepherd sweeps around the ruck, throws the cutout pass, and Wardby threads the needle. Mirenok goes over, and Tainui in the shadows of half-time take a one-try lead, and let's see if Mātātua can score right before half-time. Here's Marsh. Mirerangi Paul on the pick. Jinx off the right foot. She was touched. She was dummy half. And the call came from Tanisha Gill. She weighed up her options. Offside was the call. And I think the urgency coming from Mātātua. They know we're in the shadows of half-time and they are down by one. So let's see what they can come up with here, Hicks.
Yeah, gee. Yeah, it's always awesome, man, Gene. It's always on. She's not there to muck around. But, yeah, there we have it, man. Tainui over Mātātua. It's only 1 in it, and we go into the half 4-3.
Get Christmas ready with our lowest prices. This is the perfect time to set up for Christmas. Lighting can really help make those really special moments. Decorations, just to make things look pretty. You want to make sure that everything's right. We can help you make it a Christmas to remember.
Get the turkey on the smoker barbecue, $199. Relax on this timber bench set, $299. Be sun safe with a 2.5 metre market umbrella, $59.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Where water recharges your spirit, earth launches you to great heights, crisp air awakens your senses, and fire warms your soul. Nowhere else on earth are the elements combined in such a potent way. Find your element in Rotorua.
Kia ora mai e te iwi and welcome back. If you've just tuned in, this is the Bunnings Māori Touch Nationals tournament for 2023, presented to you by One Foundation, and we've got some our good man Cody there from KBS, who's put a bit of putia in there to help run this. And I just spotted Mr. Tony Lagahetau over there, and he's definitely no stranger in the touch scene and the coaching scene there too.
Yeah, former Touch Blacks mixed open coach, Tony Langaheto, as well as long-time coach coming out of Counties Manukau as well. So a lot of experience in the Mātātua box, and he probably would have had a bit to say, especially towards the back end of that half, with Mātātua coming away with a few errors that really cost them, and Tainui will come into the second half with a one-try lead plus the ball. So, yeah, really massive that try they scored just before half-time there, Hicks.
Yeah, it was, and they probably got a few extra possessions just from their presence on defence and the conditions. We've got to take these conditions into account. The ball is a little bit slippery and it's a little bit dewy. But here we go. Tainui will tap off second half. They lead 4-3. And I think this one's going to go down to the wire again.
Yeah, I think so. And if any of our finals earlier today are anything to go by, it absolutely should. And Tainui only holding a one-try lead, a slim one-try lead, but it has been a little bit back and forth. So expect the action to be a little bit much the same coming into the second half. But I think the team that can control the ball better and control the orange zone is going to be the team that comes out on top.
Yeah, and it's awesome seeing the women. They play with a smile on their face, don't they? But we're into it. There's Amani, Elena, Unimir. It's coming along, a little bow up. Yeah, Tia's just getting their target. Yeah, coming right over. Yeah, probably just went outside of where they wanted to. But the sharp, these ladies, so they're going to get that right side target. Good touch by Te Aomihi. Again, little area at the ruck. Yeah,
and like you said, I think it was that touch from Te Aomihi Paul that probably just caused that error from Tainui. And really missed opportunity there. They could have come out swinging in the second half, but Mātātua, their defence holds strong. Te Aomihi Paul finds a little bit of purchase down the right-hand side. And Mātātua, this is better from them. It's not what they did in the first half. They were a little bit guilty of going from side to side, probably a little bit too much before they had earned the right. But now coming out of the second half, just going forward, going direct, it's probably the better option for them.
Yeah, well, I think, when you start a half defensively and you get that awesome stopper, you really grow away defensively. And when you're down by one, now they've got the ball back. Momentum's definitely in their corner.
Yeah, plus the repeat set on the back end of that. So, bit of a reward from their rucking, as we see Paul and Marsh, the two experienced campaigners in the middle. And the quickie, great shot there from Morgan Morris. She read that like a book. She shot up from link and collected Paul and the ball at the same time. So great defensive play there from Morgan Morrow.
Yes, she saw the threat there, and really snuffed it out. Nice touch there, just coming around short side. Yeah, stepped off the line here. Yeah, and she got out of that touch quite clean in the end. Yeremia was a nice sweeper on the background there by, looks like Kairirangi. But there's Medi again at half. Oh, yeah. They like that setback again, I think.
Yeah, I feel like probably too many chefs in the kitchen there. I think on that occasion they had a few players pulling the strings and just got their wires crossed between them. But now Tainui rucking out of the half. Morrow was looking to get in and do some work. But now through Crosby, they're just getting up to halfway. This is better defense as well from Mātātua. Seems like they've put a bit of emphasis on winning the orange zone coming out of the second half. And there's a couple more touches up their sleeve. Although
I think that's final.
I think it is final actually as well. You could hear the cries coming from their box. The way they were setting up, they felt like they had one more left. But yeah, touch there. Another error, another costly error for Tainui.
Yeah, and they put a lot of pressure defensively, and they managed to get a penalty. They've sort of got two really good penalties, good field position with a fresh set of 6, and yeah, it's probably just getting that one voice as they set up out there.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see what they can come up with on this set. As we've got Roy Mata Brown, Shani Valila in there, as well as Kyra Maui. Driving into a 32 ruck on the left-hand side. Little bobble at the roll ball. And these errors, I hope we don't see too many more come the second half, because they do add up, and it really puts pressure on Mātātua, especially when they're down on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and I think you can just sort of see players with those really good fundamentals, right hand, left hand plant, that are so consistent, that probably aren't highlighted on a dry pitch as much.
They are all the more important when the conditions aren't in your favour. As you see Wardby on the ball, calling the shots. They've ripped out a 32 long. That's a great shot there from Shani Valila. Similar to what Morgan Morrow did on the other side. She really read the play, shot up out of link. Excuse me. And then just another error there from Mātātua.
They're really pushing that play, aren't they? They're really trying to push that wing play. Obviously, it's a part of their rautaki, their strategy. And I guess, discipline is to stick with it. They may want to sort of rethink that one, because they've made a few errors off it just the last few sets.
Yep, definitely. Ball control is paramount in this one. As Tainui on the 7 metre line, the ball comes through to the middle of the field.
Here's Warby. Really like the look of Warby today. I think she's had a real good energy. She's been a real good option for the team. Yeah, she sold that well, didn't she? Just holding off field. Have they got the patience?
Bit of holding there, I think. You could hear the cries from the Tainui sub-box. That was Simone Walball that was being held back in midfield. But that was great identification from Morgan Morrow, wasn't it, Hicks?
Yeah, and I think they all played their part. Warby come around and put them in two minds. It's great that the officials don't miss the holds, and we're straight back at it. So Tainui with the ball. We've got Arorangi in there. Oh, there's Amani. I'm not sure on that call.
Yeah, not pushing forward there, I think, was the call, Hicks. And Mātātua, that is their second. So if you're new to touch, the third penalty will result in one player being sent for an exclusion, although smallest of bobbles, but nothing gets past Tanisha Gill. She calls that. And Tainui, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it was, eh?
It was.
Just that little, and if the ref wasn't watching that, it would have been a play on. So, and here's this wet ball. That wet ball's just sort of playing into this. Yeah, it's tough work out there for the ladies, but here we go. Morgan again. Oh, yeah. It's Arita.
And I think what that does, Hicks, is that those errors really compound, and it really stifles any momentum that you're trying to generate. Mātātua haven't been able to get off their 7 metre line for the last 3 sets now, and when you're doing a mountain of work in defence, it's really going to tell come sort of minute 14, minute 15. And that's a great touch there from Brooke Simpkins. She's made a couple of those now. Great identification as the winger, as I mentioned before. High risk, high reward. And she's identified Amani Shepherd as a bit of a threat. So Morrow on the ball. feeds the rapper, and nothing forthcoming for Tainui.
Yeah, and Taumahi again, she sort of seems to be around a lot of the good stuff defensively. She's quite stable out of touches and on the ball. She's another one that's, end to end, been playing really, really well. There's no fiddle. There goes, and that's the class of gene for you right there. Just spotted a little opportunity. It's Kairirangi, there's Mirirangi Paul. Speed to burn, just draw a pass in the corner here, Kairirangi, and what a finish there, touchdown, and that Brooke Simpkins, doesn't she deserve that touchdown? And let's go back to Jean, there wasn't much happening, but Te Aomihi Paul put in a really strong plant, they got on the back of it, Jean, she snuffed it, checks it back in, another good plant, they go through the hands, looks like... Lagaheta and Mirirangi, drawn past ball in two hands. And this one here, just to seal it, Kairirangi, and you're really happy for Simpkins because she's just played her heart out on this far wing.
Yeah, she has, and that was a real team try for Mātātua and a real important one. It's almost, in the context of the game, that's sort of almost worth 2 or 3 tries, to draw it up at 4 apiece after a few back-to-back errors, as well as being down on their line defending. And then backing that up with a strong set of defence, Mātātua, you can feel the momentum starting to swing their way now.
Yeah, and Simpkins again just steps up into that space and lets her inside toucher know that she's there. This is the, nice. They've got another error off the ruck.
Yeah, unfortunate for Mātātua because they were building, weren't they, from the last set, and they've just come up with a forward pass off the ruck. So that sort of just stops the momentum that they had built, and now they'll have to start again from scratch, although Tainui, they'll be wanting a few better attacking sets than what they've put out the last couple of sets.
Yeah, they're definitely giving them a lot more opportunities than they've probably worked for, but little slip there. Oh, what a finish.
Finish.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a lovely finish from Arita. Yeah, really solid finish in that left-hand corner. Here's Te Aomihi Paul. And it's actually not about the speed, the stuff, is it? Just get fresh legs on, get to the back end and put some pressure on to Tainui, but that's not how Mātātua play.
No, it's not in their DNA, and I think that's probably the downside, is that while you're trying to push the ball and play at that sort of breakneck pace, unfortunately you do come up with errors, as we see. Mirirangi Paul, she thought she had the Black Ferns jersey on. She shot up out of the line trying to get that intercept. And the cries went up from the Tainui box, put on a bit of a shot. Tainui earned the penalty and a repeat set of 6.
Yeah, I tell you what, you better just mind your P's and Q's, when you're around Mirirangi. But here we go, and we've seen it through most of the big moments in the finals, the experience of you can see Morgan just pointing, and just how vital is that stuff, direction.
Yeah, and in these big games it really comes to play, as we see the sweep coming around from Morrow. Bit of misdirection, pass goes out on the wing, touch is made again. Brooke Simpkins, she's been really impressive in this one. She's come up with about 3 or 4 really game-changing plays and really saving the game for her Mātātua side. And just another error there for Mātātua.
Yeah, quite a pressure pass for her, unfortunately. But yeah, she's definitely, if you haven't heard of number 16 for Mātātua, Brooke Simpkins, she's made, there's Amani, it's her bread and butter, that stuff. Watched her on this very field. What's this field when the secondary schools with a very similar...
Mātātua's errors, but going a little bit more direct, that's probably the way that they wanted to get one up.
Yeah, and here's Shani and Bloimata Brown also working along with Kyra Maui standing out. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a pity with the wet ball here. And here's Tia just racking up the field, coming through. Yeah, Tainui, they do this really, really well. There's Warpy having us up. Ariona coming through. Real good injection of pace. Here goes Kardina. Yeah, just moving. There goes Kyra. Yeah, another little error, and they're all compounding. And as the rain comes down a little bit harder here at Rotorua International Stadium, it's a little shake of the head in the sub box from Holly Graham. And again, it's just going to be the team that looks after the ball better that'll probably come out on top on this one. It's still in the balance, Hicks. Mātātua, although they've come up with a few errors, they're still by no means out of it. Yeah,
only down by 1.
Good listening too there. Play on. Just tell me. Yeah, they just need a nice, clean platform on their back end, to to create something. Oh, and they'll put some pressure on there. That was a really nice lift there by Rahira Rauwhiro. It's Touch Blacks Open Mix 2016. Here's Te Aomihi, Kylie Hahipene. Do a little reverse quickie here. Yeah, just trying to, I guess, tease that defence. I might see Jean Mast come out here. She's gonna get her on. Here's Te Aomihi. Yeah, Rauwhiro. Yeah, just a bit of timing issues there. A bit of downtime tip.
Yeah, I think so. And if their previous attacking set was having too many chefs in the kitchen, this one they don't have enough. But the long ball does go out to the right-hand side. And I think they'd want this set back over again, do Mātātua, because, yeah, they didn't really fire a shot. And Tainui able to defend relatively easy come the end of that set. So with the game in the balance, it's not the set of 6 that they wanted Mātātua.
No, and here goes Tainui. They're coming through, moving the ball really clean off here, and they made up for that little error that they had. And they've done this well. They've really maintained to get some nice good drops on the 50, touch 4 and touch 5. Here we go, there's Armani. Ball in 2 hands, she does that so well.
And yeah, she almost poked her nose through, and she has a smile on her face too. She knew she was almost through. And they probably lost their way towards the back end of that set, that strike dump. Not really finding a half, so a little bit too much downtime for Amani Shepherd to scoop out a dummy half, as we see another error from Mātātua. And it's sort of been the story of their day, hasn't it, Hicks? Those calls and those little bobbles in the roll ball. They've been trying to play expansive when the weather hasn't really called for it, and it's really come back to bite them.
Yeah, they've persisted with that play. But there's still only one in it, considering the amount of turnover ball.
Yep.
And there's still time, so if they can hold them out here, and I think just get the sort of right attacking weapons on, yeah, we could be going to a drop-off.
Well, it is sort of just over 1 minute left, and with an error like that, that's probably all that Mātātua need. I think paramount will be ball control and just plugging the ball up the other end of the field. As we see Marsh coming on, Paul looking to make her way to the sub-box. Touch was made. She'll come back to roll the ball. And just under 1 minute left, Mātātua may get 1, potentially 2 more shots at the line. Although this one's going to have to be a long-range effort, as we see a great drive there. That's better from Thrupp. The scoop comes from Velila. And just unable to connect on that back end. It was building a little bit nicely, a lot better towards the back end of the set. But just couldn't make that last pass stick.
Yeah, they definitely rolled the dice there on the back end of that set. But if they create one more sort of error here, they may have one more roll of the dice. But this is quite clutch play, just coming up the field, making sure they get a real clean plant. Finds the side of the body there. There's Kārdina. On comes. Yeah, that's a nice strong plant. 10 seconds to go. Oh yeah, they might get one quick scoop here if they can get the ball quickly. There's the full-time hooter. Yeah, and that's a great touch there. And there we have it, Poppy, unfortunately.
And that really was the difference at the end of the day. There was only 1 try in it, but Mātātua, just due to their errors, they couldn't generate enough momentum to get down the other end of the field and apply that pressure. And Tainui come up too, so congratulations to Tainui. If you're watching on our live stream, stick around. We have the Men's Open final coming up. It'll be our last game of the day. Join us after the break.
Roadblocks, slip over the lines to say we won't cross. But you can't answer to nothing. Then once she's coming, scale all of the walls they built to hold us. We may be invisible, but we'll be unmistakable. We They may be blind to me, just wait and see.